Today I want to test if I can use local large language models which are running on my laptop for scientific tasks. In the beginning I want to show you the setup for today, and I'll use Qwen 3.6 35 billion parameters with active 3 billion parameters. I'll use M1 Max chip laptop, and the model will be running on LM Studio. For the coding agent I will use OMyPy. And in the last video I showed comparison between Claude Code with model Opus 5 versus GPT 5.6 Sol, and in my mind Claude Code Opus 5 provided better results, so we will try to somehow get similar results by using the local model and see whether we can do something like that or no. Today we will use the same task, it's like to perform single cell data analysis, and let's assume that we don't know the field very well, and in this case I will use this naive prompt. I am just trying to act as a biologist who doesn't know anything about the data analysis. When I tried to use this particular prompt, it didn't work. At some moment model just stuck. It tried to resolve some task and then tried to do it one more time, again and again. So basically it like ended up in some type of the loop in my mind, and because of that I had to switch to another way to solve the task. For that I used these scientific skills which are like located in this repository. I will show you in a bit how they look like, and also I tried to split the task into smaller subtasks because otherwise it failed and I could not get any reasonable results just by using one single prompt, as it usually worked with cloud-based models such as Opus 5. And because of that, so let's just see what is a skill first. I just want to briefly explain what is a skill. And basically a skill is just a simple markdown file, basically a text file where we have some instruction. Usually we have the metadata in the beginning of the document, which model can read and then decide whether it wants to read the whole skill or no. And basically then inside of the skill we have some information related to single cell analysis, and in my mind it can help to resolve the task. Now let's switch to OMyPy, basically the agent that I used, and I'll try to briefly show you what kind of prompts I used and the results that I got in the end. So basically, as I said, I had to split the task into subtasks, and for example, this is a first prompt that I tried. I said that we have to use Harmony for batch correction, and basically this is a domain expertise that I had to add to the context, otherwise when I tried other approaches, they failed. And for the analysis, use skill. So basically I just explicitly said that agents should use skill, and then it fetches all information related to the single cell data analysis using this particular package. In my mind, it helps it to work more accurately. And in this case, it has in the context all possible methods that it can use for the data analysis. Okay, and then I switched to another prompt. So as you can see, now your task is to annotate cell types. Basically, I said that it's supposed to take just 30 genes per cluster. You can think about it as a feature selection problem where we need to select representative features for different clusters and then try to understand what kind of cluster it is. Yeah, so and then you can see that I switched to a new session. I tried to direct it because it was not able to generate right away the annotation, and because of that I had to write it over and over again. As you can see, I tried it multiple times, and then so in the end I was able to get all the input data that is needed to create a nice looking dark theme HTML. And basically in my mind these small large language models are very good in generating some HTML pages, web applications, but for scientific tasks they definitely not very well. Maybe there are some other models which I need to try, but this is the one that I used in this particular case. Yes, as you can see in this one, so I'm just saying like to create a nice looking HTML. Even in this case I had to run it multiple times because it was not able to generate right away proper HTML page. And yeah, so basically I tried a lot of different times, and now I just want to show you side-by-side comparison of the results that I got. Basically the one is the result out of Opus 5 that we got from the previous video, and also the new one. Okay, here are results that I got. So on the left it's basically results out of Qwen 3.6, on the right it's Opus 5, and as you can see in the beginning we have some summary about what are the data that what is the data that we used, and in this case it's saying that there were like this particular amount of cells after like quality control steps. It ends up around like 17k. In this case we see that it's like around 19k after the quality control that was performed by Opus 5. For the highly variable genes, both of the models use the same amount of genes. So in case of the Opus we got 24 clusters, and in the case of the Qwen 3.6 I just manually specified the resolution and I got less amount of clusters. Then there was a step about doublets removal, and to be honest I did not run it with the Qwen 3.6. Probably possible, but if be honest, yeah, so I would not probably try to use it one more time for scientific tasks. And then there is like some summary information about how the quality control was performed. Somewhat similar but different type of plots was used. Here, as you can see on the left for Qwen 3.6, it used very small font size, which was fine when we opened the image. So let me just, if we just look on this image in a bigger view, then it's fine, but when this image is embedded inside of the HTML page, it's not very well readable, so it's like hard to read. But for example, this one is like looking nice. Yeah, so these are some information, but then let's go to the most interesting part for me. It's about integration and clustering. And as you can see on the left, so we were able to perform clustering and also to try to remove the batch effect. And as you can see, so let me just open this page. We can see that the samples are mixed well in my mind on the left, and also they are like mixed well on the right. So basically in my mind it's somewhat similar. And if be honest, so you can probably see that this shape somewhat similar to this one, I hope. And let's just see what are the next results in the report. So this is the cluster size. Nice information about what are the clusters and how big they are. Something which is not working well with Qwen 3.6. I tried to ask it a couple times to make these plots in a correct way, but it failed, and if be honest, I just gave up. I didn't want to try to spend more time on this particular easy task. Yeah, so it was like a little bit annoying. And then there is a sample composition per cluster. In this case we have somewhat similar type of plot. Yeah, and then let me show you also the cell type annotation. Basically this one was done by the agent, and let's see the results. So, and as you can see, they are, to be honest, somewhat similar. So you can pause the video and just go over. Yeah, maybe it's like hard to go over for this one, but you can, yeah, trust me that they are like somewhat similar. So for example, for B cells, we can see that there is like MS4A1, which is a particular marker which is supposed to be highly expressed in these cells. And in my mind, so for this particular task, if we want to annotate some cell types, like as a first type of the annotation that we can just then fine-tune, it's working well. It's like reasonable, decent. So I was able to run the small local large language model for this scientific task, but to be honest, I would not try to do it one more time. It was like very painful, so I had to try to repeat a lot of steps over and over again. For the scientific tasks, not a decent result. So that's it. Yeah, if you like the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and stay tuned.